welcome to ELLAMAS day 2 actually. I hope we had a great time yesterday in the live video where we had the intro. If you didn't watch it, please make sure you are subscribed. I'm always linking the playlist down below. And although it's ELLAMAS time, that does not mean that I'm skipping the You Don't Need That Shits. They're just now integrated into ELLAMAS, so they have a bit of a different intro, a different thumbnail, but you will get these still this month on top of everything else that I am planned. And I am just, honestly, I don't know how I was able to manage this month, these videos, this production, but I'm freaking awesome. Just wanted to say that. So official, this is the You Don't Need That Shit part 73 already. So we are getting close to part 100. It's insane. But let's head into all the new makeup releases without a lip of the day, because this eye look here is part of ELLAMAS day. Wait a second. Day 14, then you will see the lip combo. So I do not have a lot because honestly today on December 2nd, when you see this, it's Cyber Monday. So that means the whole past week, everything that I saw on Instagram were sales, percentage off, discount, blah 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 blah. I'm sick of it. I can't hear it anymore, honestly. And to be honest, last year during the Black Friday sales, I shopped a lot. I just alone on ColourPop spent $300 because I wanted to have something that I specifically waited on for the Black Friday, because I wanted to have the BFF cream gel liner set that was heavy discounted to I think like $50 or even less or whatever, and full price usually is $100 or so. But it's like so many good eyeliners and I love them and I use them nearly daily, honestly. And all the palettes that I got back then just all the specials and here and blah 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 blah. And this year, do you know what I bought for Black Friday? 2 items. One of them I will talk just in a second, and I will also give an update on something that we talked about last week, because I think it's very important for the transparency to just tell you that. And the other thing that I just shopped this morning, so I filmed this on the like Saturday after Black Friday. It was Refer. They had some new brushes, the new Eyeshadow collection, and they also have one of the brushes that I have been eyeing for very, very long, the brush 30, which is a big fluffy powder brush. Instead of having to pay $100 for that, they have the pay what you want on that, so you can choose. You can also pay nothing for the brush. So I took advantage of this and then got the new Eyeshadow collection, and I think one new bronzer brush, because I only have one from NARS and I need another one for powder bronzer. So that's it. That was everything that I got for Black Friday. So honestly, not much compared to last year. And for whatever reason, this whole shabazz around Black Friday is just getting boring year to year to year. But let's start with the first here. And last week we talked about the sneak peeks, and funny enough, just like an hour after I filmed the You Don't Need That Shit, the full collection was revealed. This is the Gloss Gods Molten Metals Holiday Collection, and there are several items in there. There are an eyeshadow palette, different lip glosses, and loose pigments. Okay. Last week, I told you that I have a bit of a weird feeling with Gloss Gods because of their affiliate program. And I also told you that I was in a conversation with Gloss Gods around this to just resolve some of the issues. And by the time that I filmed the video, I didn't have any new answers, any new news. But actually, on that Monday, when the You Don't Need That Shit went live, I got a surprising email, and that email did not came from the Gloss Gods customer service or like the affiliate service that you have. It was from the founder, from the owner of Gloss Gods herself, and she wrote quite a long email, and I don't want to read to you the whole email. I just want to tell you some of the bullet points that were in here. First of all, I want to point out the fact that the owner, the CEO, the founder, whatever, wrote herself. It's not even from the Gloss Gods customer email, it is from her email address. And I think that is actually, that is a very important thing to consider. So first of all, she told me she completely understands how this feels like a sudden change. They had levels before, but it was not named like that. So there was a part in the terms of use, and that were already there by the times that I applied. To be honest, I take that completely on me because I can't remember that. I read the terms of use because there are sometimes really, really weird things you need to agree on, and when they're too weird, I do not agree. I can't remember that, I'm honest with you, so I could take this on me, but there is also one part saying transparency is incredibly important to us, so we appreciate your feedback and will continue to refine how we communicate these details. So, maybe it was in the terms of use, but maybe it was written in a different way that I didn't even realize that these were levels. But I also have to say that Gloss Gods was the first that I ever had an ambassador or like an affiliate agreement on. So again, could be on me. Then I also asked them the question, why am I level 3 in this program if I'm not bringing the revenue? I'm not gonna lie, I'm not having that revenue each month for that level. But she wrote, as for your specific level placement, it's likely that earlier in the year your sales performance qualified for level 3. We intentionally avoid downgrading ambassadors too quickly if their performance fluctuates, as we value long-term relationships and the effort you've put into supporting Gloss Gods. This is, in my opinion, the most important part, because I have been doing affiliate programs previous here to the makeup content bubble, also with the food blog. If you're new here, before I started with makeup, I had quite a successful food blog that I just lose the passion for, so I don't do this anymore. And there were also levels in those affiliates that I had back then, and they were very strict. So if you did not meet up that specific revenue for that level, you lost the level. And with Gloss Gods just saying that they don't do this, that they will not change your level, that they will not downgrade you just because you do not have this for a certain amount of time, to me is very, very nice of them, because not everybody does this. She then further on wrote that with the tax ID, that she really wants to have my tax ID so they can put it on and there will be no problems. So I do understand that, because some of the other comments here are, the primary reason for the level system is to accommodate ambassadors with varying circumstances, particularly those without tax IDs which can complicate direct payouts. And that is actually the point that I understand, because technically, depending of course on where you live, but here in Germany, it is not okay. I mean, nobody would ask for, because the numbers would be too small, but it is technically not legal to earn money without being like an own company. You have to say that, hey, I'm self-employed and I have this, and then there are different levels of what kind of company are you. There are different legal formats that you have to do. I, for example, I'm the smallest. I'm called Einzelunternehmer. It's like single company, because I do not have anything working for me or whatsoever. I do not have a business partner or anything. It's just me. It's just the me company. And technically here in Germany, you need to be that to earn money. Nobody will ask you, honestly, because the financial authorities, they do not check what's getting paid into your bank account. But technically also in Germany, this is so insane. If you get a gift in money, like your grandma, whatever, they gift you €1,000, you have to put that in your tax declaration by the end of the year. Because in Germany, you only are allowed to get a certain amount of money as a gift. Otherwise, you have to pay taxes for that, which it's just insane. Nobody does this. But if we're sticking to the legal requirements, that would be correct. So I understand that step. Personally, I'm still not happy with this line of 200. I think it's a bit high, making 200 of a revenue. On the other hand, what are $200? I think it's like 5 orders with your affiliate code. And if you are a content creator and you do this like seriously, it's easy to get that if you promote that single brand. So I'm like in between chairs, but to end this whole, let's say, this whole thing around Gloss Gods, I'm not leaving their program because that is the thing here. You can have an issue with something that your company does. You can have an issue with the pricing. You can have an issue with marketing. You can have a bad thing, maybe even like this with the ambassador program that is a bit shady when you look at it, but when you look further into it, it might be not as shady because you just get the explanation. And that is the point for me. For me, it is a lot about not the mistake or the controversy, whatever that happens. It is more so about how do they handle this. And the way they handled my feedback, the way they immediately after my first email, without asking any question, sent me the mail for my payout so that I can get my money. The way that the CEO herself came into this and answered me a lot of my question very in depth in a long email, this is to me worth a lot of money. I definitely keep an eye out on how the program develops in the future, if any terms are changing or so, and how they communicate this better. Because if she says she takes the feedback serious and she just appreciates this, I hope I can change maybe a little bit for future ambassadors. Personally, I still stand behind the brand Gloss Gods. I still think they have amazing products. The Color of the Rain palette is still to this day one of my faves from them. But this Gloss Gods thing, the way they treated me, the way they handled this, the way they appreciated this, the way they came back at me, the way just they answered me, a small creator, take that also in consideration. A very, very small creator to compare to maybe some others of them that are working with them that are much bigger than I am, that have much more of an influence, that they took the time and answer me. That to me is just big persona. That to me just is how you treat this. And that is actually much more worth to me than anything else. I just want to tell you, if you apply for any affiliate program, if you are in any affiliate program, please read the terms. Maybe it was part my fault that when I joined that program last year that I did not read correctly. I absolutely take that on my side 100%. Read the terms. Think of what is comfortable with you. And if there is any term thing that says, yeah, you can get only paid in shop credit, write them an email. Just tell them you are maybe a registered company, you have a tax ID, you are allowed to receive that in money, and speak to them. Only people who speak out can be helped. That was a very long story just to tell you that I got this collection. I actually, when this dropped, I then decided to get actually the palette and the 2 loose pigments. The lip products I'm not very interested in, but the palette and the pigments for one specific reason. First of all, the pigments, oh, they look really nice. They reminded me a bit of these Half Magic Beauty glitter pucks, but in the pigment format, and I'm quite excited to try this out. I also know that this is going to be really messy, but there are mixing mediums that you can use for this, or like glitter glue to pick it up, so I make it work. And the palette, the swatches, they look different. They look like a different formula, and honestly, I have high expectations on this being a different formula than the regular Gloss Gods palettes because it is more expensive than the regular palettes. But I got this on their Black Friday sale, so I paid only 50% for the pigments, and I had 30% discount on the palette without any affiliate codes. So if you want to pick this up, I don't know if the sale is still going on. Again, I just want to point out the fact, the way that they treat feedback, the way that they handle concerns, to me is so much more important than the object of the criticism itself. Promise you the next ones are quicker. So let's move on to Cosmic Brushes, aka Cosmic Beauty. I'm still not sure how they're actually called now, because they're still called Cosmic Brushes here on Instagram. And this is the Season collection. The whole collection is £45, which it's over 70 euro. I know that £45 in Europe might be 55 or something, and then there are taxes on top, 19%. That does not make over 70 euros. So I was a bit shocked by the price. Was it 70? I'm pretty sure it was 70. Let me just check out once more. Okay, 65 euro, I'm sorry, but it's nearly 70. The palette itself is a little bit less. It's £28, which is 41 euro. That just seems like way too much. But here you have. It's 2 lipsticks, then we have liquid, not liquid, we have cream blushes that were also in the Sinister Mystery Box, not the same shades, but the formula. Haven't tried them, by the way, on the face yet. And then, of course, the palette. You might assume now that I will tell you, I got this. I didn't. I was so close on buying this. I was thinking back and forth the whole time. Should I buy this or should I not? I love the Cosmic Brushes quality. I think they have such a good eyeshadow quality. They are really, really good. I'm still working on my palette ranking for this year, but honestly, Cosmic Brushes, I think we will find some of them in the top 10. Top 5, maybe even top 3. But this palette is so confusing to me. What is this? I think I saw somewhere that this is inspired by the 90s Christmas. Let me just check on the original post. Here, our color story for this season palette is giving us 90s Christmas vibes. Where? I had Christmas in the 90s. It's not like this. I mean, it could be. Maybe it's a UK thing, but when I think of Christmas in the 90s, I think of gold and silver, I think of red and green, yes, but why the purple? I think that's my main problem. That row of purple is confusing to me, and that takes out a lot of joy. When I just look here at these shades swatched out, this is nothing that would have a positive impact on my collection, honestly. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is a holiday release, honestly, that I am skipping. And that is honestly very disappointing because I had high hopes for this. Next up, we have new palettes from Glaminatrix. They come out with 4 different 6-pan palettes in monochromatic color stories. We have Elegant Eyes, Entrancing Eyes, Exquisite Eyes, and Elevated Eyes. They are 55 Australian dollar each. So I'm not very familiar with Australian dollar. What are these in euro? It's 33 euro for each palette minus tax. So honestly, that's actually a good price. When I saw the post for the first time, I thought it's 50-50 American dollars, but it's Australian dollars. Actually, that's quite okay. What I don't like though, it's a 22mm pan. Why? Oh, I know why. Because some people in their Instagram stories voted for that. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you voting for the smaller pans? They are not good, honestly. Everything that I own from Glaminatrix that had 22mm pans, I decluttered at this point, and I only have the 26 pan products like the Singles and the Fairy Lights palette, which is also a 6-pan. if I would buy this, if I would get this, I think my favorite would be Entrancing Eyes, which is the warm one with the red eyeshadows. I also think that the blue one is really pretty, but my favorite would be with the reds. But again, not for me, not for me because of the 22 millimeters. But I also want to point out that this is really clever of them, because I feel like a lot of people are craving more smaller palettes, and I'm pretty sure that in 2025 we will see more smaller palettes. And I mean, they say that this is a new matte formulation. Could be the case, I don't know. I'm not interested because of the pan size. It's just throwing me off. I don't like the small pans. Here we are with the new release from Singe Beauty, the palette from Angelica Nyquist. This is the Galactic Visitor palette. Let me just tell you first of all that this artwork on the palette is freaking gorgeous. Honestly, you can say about Angelica Nyquist whatever you want, but the palette, the artwork, it's her. Honestly, I think this is so matching for her as a person that you see online, for this brand in general. And here I am sitting and I have to applaud this palette. I think this is so cohesive and well done that even I am tempted to buy this. Here is a look at the swatches, and I know that a lot of people said this is the Kaleidos Club Nebula palette minus some shades, like some of the neon shades. I never had that. I don't know how good it was. I just know that a lot of people love this palette and are missing this. And I know that Angelica Nyquist herself, she really misses this. Wasn't Club Nebula her like collab palette or something? I'm really not into the Kaleidos lore, so I don't know a lot about them. Please give me the full details, because I don't want to Google right now because I'm so hungry. I want to eat. It's time to eat. But even here, looking at the swatches, I am intrigued. I am really intrigued because, again, you can say about her whatever you want. Her shilling, the whole Odin's Eye thing, her not speaking out against thing, her like trip things and all those controversial things. But if there is something that I always respect Angelica Nyquist for, it's her art. The way that she does eyeshadow, the way that she combines colors, the vision that she has, the looks that she creates, they are just spot on beautiful, and I just love that. So honestly, my expectation for this palette would be that this is top-notch quality, easy to blend, insanely good, but I also see that this is probably more so performing on the matte side because she just loves more matte eyeshadows. And from these 16 pans, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, you have 6 shimmers, which is a good ratio, but I'm pretty sure that the main character moment here in this palette are the mattes, and it's $45. You know what? Let's take a trip to the Singe Beauty website. If they still have these ridiculous shipping prices, I'm out. So here is the palette. It's a pre-order. Is it sold out? I'm pretty sure it is sold out because it just launched a couple days ago. Okay, so this is a pre-order. Oh, okay. I mean, it's not bad at all, but it's €44, which is quite an okayish price. I would love to know where this is made. It doesn't say on the website, and I don't like that actually. When you click here on that link, more information, you are directed to her video about this. But I do want to know where the palette is made, because I assume this is made in China. I assume this is like regular private labeled. But I also assume because of her own standards that this is going to be a private label in the top-notch area. So I added it to the cart. I can even save some money because she still has her Black Friday sale going on. So let's just, for fun, check out. Absolutely fucking not. This, honestly, this is scam. What the fuck is wrong with this? There is international standard duties and taxes prepaid, which costs 31 euro. So the shipping is 16 euro and 15 euro is taxes and fees. We can do a simple math on this. That's no problem. So the palette is 44 euros. So let me just calculate that. 44. With taxes, the palette would cost 52 euro and some cents. So the taxes on this palette are 8 euro 30 and not, as she wrote here, as the shop says, 15 euro. This is double the tax. What's with the rest? And honestly, this price is below the amount where you have to pay import fees. So this is just ridiculous. And then there is the other one, the International Express duties and taxes prepaid. That is even 58 euro. There are 36 euro in shipping, which is fine. And duties and taxes all of a sudden are more. I am sorry, I don't know where this is calculated, but whenever I ask in some kind of duty office like DHL Express, the shipping is not included in the tax, like in the mathing. You only pay taxes on the products that you bought without shipping. So I just went back to the duties website and it says if you are not having more than 150 euro, the parcels are free from customs, but you need to have the taxes to pay the taxes of 19%. And correct me if I'm wrong, but shipping is not part of the tax. Even if we calculate the shipping to it with the first option, it would be 60 bucks. Then the taxes would be 11 euro and not 15. So again, where is the rest? And with the second option, we have this plus that, then times the tax. The tax would be 15 euro and not 22. Where is the rest money? What am I paying? What am I financing? So, no, thank you. That was an easy decision to not do this until I don't get an answer actually from Singe Beauty. And I have done this via Instagram a couple times and asked them, please break down this math behind that. And honestly, some people, they wrote me, yeah, it's the Shopify platform that does this. I don't care because I'm not paying Shopify for this. I don't fucking care. So, that was a nice adventure. So let's move on to the next release from Bellabeautebar. How many palettes did Bellabeautebar throw out this year? Like, how much did they throw up on the ground? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 palettes? I completely lost count. This is now a collab palette with Sassy Fairy. Never heard of her, but this is a all cool tone palette with grays, blues, and some shimmery nice shades. Honestly, everything in this palette looks the same, and that comes from somebody who admires cool tones. I just can't anymore with Bellabeautebar. It is just too much. Please, for the sake of your quality, for the sake of the excitement that you want to hold high up, stop. Slow down. Don't throw up your releases to the customers. It's enough. We're done here. Next up, we have a new collection from Clionadh Cosmetics. Yes, they brought out another one after they just brought out their holiday calendar. And when I just finally made the decision to buy that, it was sadly sold out. So I will not be getting this. This one, by the way, is the collab. And I'm not too sure. Did they have collabs like that before? If so, I completely missed that. But this is with Millie, by the way, aka, not by the way, Millie from Bad to the Brow. And it makes sense for her because she does a lot of swatch content and a lot of shiny, shifty content. And she has been showing off Clionadh a couple times. But here's the thing. I don't know what I think about Millie. I don't know how I feel about her because everything that you see on Reddit, especially in the Beauty Guru Chatter subreddit, you should take with a bucket of salt. Like, a couple months ago, maybe 2 or 3 months, there was this post about her, and it is a very ugly post. And that made me think a lot if maybe is there some truth in it. The thing is, we never got the receipts. So if you're interested in that, I don't want to go too deep now into this. Just go to the Reddit Beauty Guru Chatter subreddit and then just type in bat to the brow in the search bar, and you will find that post and you will exactly know what I mean. But that post kind of left a bitter taste in my mouth, although again, there are no receipts, so I don't know what's true and what's not. I don't know a lot about Millie. I just watch her every now and then for specific swatches when I'm interested in a purchase, because her swatches are just very, very on point. The collection itself is nothing that interests me in general. I feel like there are just shades in there that we have seen already, and I don't know why, but these shades look different to the shades that you can buy separately. So is this maybe a different formula? They even look like a different pan size. I could be completely wrong, but I don't know. They do not have the dome top. So are they the same Clionadh formula? I ask you. I don't think so. Then we have a very quick weird beauty news. So Uoma Beauty, if you remember them, they had some really interesting products, honestly, but we haven't heard about them for a year, for over a year. And now they post this, and I mean, pause the video, read the complete post, or go to their Instagram page and read the post. But I just want to give you the essence of this post. The essence is that, hey, we were on the break. Hey, you were still able to place some orders with us that we just didn't fulfill, but we cashed in your money the whole time. But don't worry, we will send them out at some point of our lives. Oh, and by the way, if we don't have these products anymore, you will get store credits. So let me summarize that once again. People were able to order from a shop that was inactive, out of business, on pause, on holiday, however you want to call it, for over a year, but the people kept on placing orders. And when you now want to have maybe a refund because you're like fed up, they say, no, you get store credit, darling. To me, this is just reason enough to never speak about Uoma Beauty again. This is beyond shady, and I would do anything to get my money back. And last but not least, we have a very weird combo. This is Nike, the sports brand, x Isamaya Ffrench. They are collabing for a lipstick, actually, and it says, it's no secret, when you look great, you play better. We created an Air Max DN collection with top makeup artist Isamaya Ffrench, inspired by beauty, to make sure that your feet are as show-stopping as that red lipstick you're wearing. So I assume there will be shoes too, like Isamaya limited shoes, and then this red lipstick. Red lipstick, not for me, it's not my type, but honestly, if there are Isamaya Ffrench shoes from Nike, I don't wear Nikes usually, I probably would get them. But it's still a really unexpected collab, so I'm kind of waiting for it. And that was basically it. Please, I'm so curious, what do you think about all the things that I ranted today? This was definitely more rant than the product video, but as said, the releases have slowed down. A lot is coming now for Lunar New Year. I'm already sick of it, but I just want to enjoy now ELLAMAS. I want to enjoy the holiday season, and please, 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 please make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out any of the ELLAMAS videos. I will always link down the playlist below so you can watch the other videos. You can maybe even go back and watch the live video that we did yesterday, the premiere. So it's not like a live stream. It's pre-recorded if you don't know what that is, but I was able to put that on a live setting so that we had a live chat that you can read. So I'm really curious how many joined. I have no clue because today's Saturday, and in my timeline, tomorrow this will go up for you. It was already, and yeah, ELLAMAS, so many more videos to come, 29 more after that, and I hope I see you tomorrow.